everyone, I'm Derek Shaky with the Collector Car Network, and today I'm coming to you from the Electrify Expo Phoenix. This is a place for everything electric cars, trucks, SUVs, motorcycles, bicycles, scooters, and even skateboards. If you're curious about electric vehicles and all that other kind of stuff, this is the place to find out about them here in Phoenix at the State Farm Stadium. And right now I'm joined by a very special, very knowledgeable engineer in the EV space. This is Rob Thompson with Preserve Watts EV Conversions. Thank you for joining us, Rob.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Yeah, so I wanted to just kind of start off by having you tell our audience what your experience was in the automotive space before you started with Preserve Watts. Like, what kind of cars were you into before, what kind of modifications did you make to them?
Yeah, so I grew up in the 80s, so naturally, as a Chevy guy, I liked the G-bodies. That eventually evolved into the Jeep world, so I was into off-roading, and I moved out here to Arizona about 12 years ago, and I loved the outdoors. But I ended up getting a job at a place called Local Motors, where they were building an autonomous electric shuttle bus. And I came on as their lead powertrain engineer, studying powertrains in college at ASU. And come to find out, it was all electric and I had no idea what I was doing. So I eventually learned everything that I could about electric vehicles at that company there. Then I ended up moving to a company called Zero Electric Vehicles, which then evolved into ZevX, and I helped design and develop the team of engineers and the entire business there. We ended up getting fleets that wanted to abide by certain mandates with CARB, that's the California Air Resource Board, and other municipality agreements and all that. So they needed a solution to electrifying their fleets, and the OEMs didn't have that capability yet. So they would come to us and ask for our help. And so we developed a multitude of electric vehicle conversion kits that were a direct bolt-in replacement from the regular ICEs that were in here before, that's internal combustion engines. And we wanted to keep everything as stock as possible. And so that way the drivers would have the same kind of feel and driver experience as they've always had. So after that company ended up going under, like many others in this industry, I decided I wanted to take my knowledge and continue that on. So at Preserve Watts, we continue to do conversions for fleets, also to regular consumers on individual classic car builds, anything like that, as well as mobile DC fast charging and battery energy storage systems. So pretty much anything electric, you name it.
So that's what I wanted to ask you, because a lot of the people that read the ClassicCars.com journal are into old school cars, 50s, 60s muscles, 60s muscle cars.
Yep. So
can you tell us a little bit about some of the vintage builds that you've made into EVs?
Oh, so I'll tell you about one that I'm currently doing with a friend of mine, Ant Anstead. He was the host of Wheeler Dealers on Discovery Channel. So he has a 1955 Series 1 Land Rover.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we're converting that to electric right now, and we're planning on trying to beat the world record for the Series 1 Land Rover on top speed. Currently, we are estimated at going 126 miles an hour. That's if the powertrain stays the same as it is right now. And so that's just one of the many fun builds that we've done. I'm actually looking, I said I was a Jeeper originally, and the rear main seal's leaking on my engine. And to be honest, it's almost just as easy to convert my vehicle now to electric than it is to change out the rear main seal on that motor. So I figured if I've already got the parts, why don't I upgrade everything and get the performance that you get out of an EV and the reliability. The biggest point of all this is the reliability. I have no preventative maintenance. I don't need to change any fluids anymore. And honestly, people worry about charging, but it takes me about 2 seconds to charge my vehicle. Let me ask, why is that? Because when I get home, I grab the charge plug, I plug it in, I go inside, and when I wake up in the morning, my vehicle is done. So for me, it takes no time. I don't have to go to a gas station or even a fast charge station. I don't have to sit there and wait for anything. I can do it at home.
Yeah.
And it's so easy and fast. So I want to help break down some of those barriers and those mindsets that people think about when they think about the negative parts of electric vehicles. So I've partnered with the Electrified Garage, and we've created the Electrified University, and you guys can Google that if you really want to. We're doing classes in Orlando, Florida right now, but we're going to be looking to expand that across the nation and then eventually online. And if you take that class, you'll gain the knowledge to convert any vehicle that you want. I would charge you probably $80,000 to $125,000 in labor to convert a vehicle, a single vehicle. If you take the class, it's only a couple $1,000s, and then you're going to have that same ability to do it all yourself, right? So we do everything based on standards as well. It's not just, put a few batteries and some motor and make it work. We build everything and design everything based on the industry standards, just like every other OEM. So these vehicles are just as safe as any of the major tier 1 suppliers out there.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, and as far as conversions, I got to ask you, before we get into this vehicle right here, I wanted to ask you, is there like a dream conversion that you want to do one of these days?
Ooh, a dream conversion. That's a really good question. I really like doing the things that shouldn't be converted. As you could see with the F-350, the things that you would normally not think of converting.
Maybe a Ferrari?
Funny you mentioned that. My good buddy Brian Dilley at Current Electric LA did one. I had the fortunate circumstance of helping him work on that just for a couple days, but he did a 1972 Ferrari Dino, and that was the most beautiful car I've ever touched in my life. It's an amazing build, and Brian does probably the best classic conversions in the nation. I know nobody else that does it better than Current Electric LA, to be honest. So that was a cool Ferrari build. Personally, I would love to do a 67 to 70 Firebird.
Oh, okay.
That, just growing up, that was one of my dream cars, being a GM guy.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to daily drive a vehicle with the reliability that you get and the performance from an EV build. So, just let's say this vehicle alone has 300 horsepower and 3,330 foot-pounds of torque at the rear wheels. So you don't get that kind of performance from a crate motor, an ICE. So yeah. I think it would be really fun to do.
Well, that's in a weird way, that's one of the good things about older cars is there's a greater likelihood that the engine's been blown, and then you can just, you got to yank the engine out to get it running anyway.
Right. See, that's why I said with my Jeep, I don't want to, it's going to take so much work just to change the rear main seal. I got to pull the motor out anyways. Why don't I throw the battery in there, and then where the transmission goes, you just throw the motor and transmission combo we have over here. And it's pretty much as simple as that.
And, as far as, swaps like that, like utility vehicles, that brings us to this vehicle right here. And we were talking earlier before the video, you said this is your daily driver.
This is my daily driver, yes. And it's the first and only electric 2022 F-350. I also did the F-250 over there too, another 2022 F-250. That's one of my best friend's daily drivers as well. So.
And what was originally in this? Was this like a Godzilla?
This was a Godzilla, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great motor. Way to go, Ford.
Yeah.
I commend him on that one. But like I said, we were trying to meet specific mandates in California, and so fleets needed to transition to electric. Hence why we were giving this offering. So we partnered with a company, Pritchard EV, who actually originally this vehicle came from. They were selling these to different fleet operators in the industry, and they said, hey, there's no other heavy-duty vehicle like this on the market that can fulfill our requirements. Are you guys able to do this, right? And so that's when we said, yes, of course we can do this for you. And it took about 6 months for the design and validation of the system, because we had been doing the same kind of conversion on Sprinter vans beforehand. The great thing about it is they're almost all the same. And same thing with our mobile DC fast chargers. To make the transition from this to a mobile DC fast charger is extremely simple. Really, one part changes. Instead of a motor and transmission getting the energy from the batteries, it's a high voltage DC-DC converter that then goes out to the charge gun for people to charge their vehicles with. So the best part is you design a really good base system, and then you can expand that across multiple platforms.
Yeah, it's got that versatility.
It does, yes. The only thing that changes is, mounting brackets and locations of parts, which is really just change hose lengths and wire lengths. That's about it.
Now, I want to get a little more into the specifics of this truck. So, how many miles have you put on this one? Or how many does it have total?
So this specific one, this is one of the newer ones that we've done. I'm about 2,600 miles right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's still fresh, which is nice. It still has the new car smell inside. I love it. But we've got some that have upwards of 20,000 miles plus, which in this industry is actually a lot for something like this, because we are converting. This is not something that's been around since 2013 or 14. This is within the past 2 years. So we've been doing a lot of stress miles on it, trying to weed out any bugs that might happen with it, because the biggest thing is we don't want any customer to come back to us with complaints on the vehicle. So we want to make sure that we use our development vehicles to fish out any of those problems and fix it before it even becomes an issue with the customer in the first place. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, thanks.
And this is I take a single motor. It's not like a dual motor setup. It's not four-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's a centralized motor. So basically, we keep the stock drive shaft and the stock rear differential. And I could show you on the motor and transmission we have over here where everything hooks up, and give you guys a brief rundown if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and before we get into that, driving this vehicle, shaking it down, what's been something that's surprised you about the experience behind the wheel?
The reliability. Honestly, you would expect, I'm waiting for something to happen, and nothing's happening. So it's a little dull, but the biggest thing that happens, you get a leak, some sort of fluid leak. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it at this point.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing that we've had come up with, especially this vehicle itself. Everything else has been bulletproof. I mean, the batteries are stationary, right? There's no moving parts in that. There's no moving parts in the whole thing except for the transmission, and the motor is a DC or it's an AC motor, but really there's no contact points except for a bearing, an output bearing. So the reliability is so high in these, there's no maintenance on it.
Do you have applications for trucks like this for the consumer market, or is that a possibility on the horizon?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Once this kit is fully functional and we have it shaken down and the fleets are happy with it, they're kind of our litmus test. If they get their 99% uptime, then I feel comfortable enough to offer it to the general public, and then you can go ahead and you could take a kit just like this and put it into any vehicle that you want. Like I said, the only thing that's changing is your mounting locations and wire lengths. So the ease of making this an agnostic kit, it's pretty high.
And here at the Electrify Expo, you have a lot of people coming through this space. What has been the most common feedback that you've heard about your builds here?
People think it's a Ford Lightning, and I say, look at the numbers on the side. That's not 150, that's 2 and 350.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're blown away, and they just can't believe that nobody's offered this in the industry so far, and that we're doing it here, and we're doing it locally here in Arizona. So.
And as far as these heavy duty trucks, what sort of impact, if you have the numbers for what sort of impact does the EV powertrain have on towing and payload?
So far this thing has towed a significant amount. I'm about to put the gooseneck on it and do some maximum payload ratings on it, but we've towed around just over, it's not very much, around 4,500 pounds, but you don't even feel it. That's the biggest thing. You don't even know it's back there, to be honest. So we are going to be doing maximum payload testing here in the next coming months, and really excited to see what its full capacity is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, thank you very much for giving us an up-close look at this vehicle and your company as a whole. It's been very interesting, very educational as well. So thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
You got it.
Yep.
And thank you all out there for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching our video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, comment down below your thoughts. If you want to collect a car of your own, check out our website at classiccars.com, which is our online marketplace with over 30,000 listings live on the site. Also, be sure to check out our sister website, Auto Hunter, which is our 7-day online auction. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.